It says, having sold their gadget venture, Ray and Nick have now come up with a new and improved way to produce widgets. It's talking about that the value they work together can be created by, and they give us this value function. And we notice that in the value function we have effort. So we know right away we identify this as a free writing question. It must be, because if we're ever talking about the value they can create as some function of their effort, we're talking about free writing. Now don't get that confused with the cost of effort for moral hazard questions, but actually effort, like we see here, ER and EN. It also goes on to tell us the cost for effort for each guy. They're different. For ER is Ray's cost of effort, 2EN is Nick's cost of effort. It says, if Ray and Nick simply split the total value evenly and each treats widget production as a non-cooperative game and maximize their individual surplus, given the behavior they expected from the other, what is Nick's reaction function? So that whole paragraph really just builds up the fact that we are going to be treating this like they're free writing. We're going to be dividing the value by 2 and leaving their cost by itself, not divided by 2. So for Nick, we're just going to write out his total surplus function, again dividing the value by 2, leaving his cost not divided by 2. And when it says his reaction function, we know a reaction function is just the derivative with respect to his variable solved for his variable. So we can take that derivative and we get 10 plus 0.25 ER minus 0.5 EN minus 2 equals 0. From here we need to solve for EN because we're looking for Nick's reaction function. So once we divide through by 0.5, we find it to be 16 plus 0.5 ER, and that's equal to EN. The next question says, in the non-cooperative Nash equilibrium, Ray puts forth 26.667 units of effort. How much effort does Nick exert? Well, we just found Nick's reaction function, so we're just going to simply plug in 26.667 in for ER and solve for EN. And we do that to see that, in this case, EN is equal to 29.3335. The last question says, if Nick and Ray cooperate efficiently, the optimal amount of effort for Ray is 33.33. What is the optimal effort for Nick? So now we need to go back and write Nick's total surplus if they were cooperating efficiently. So everything, value and his cost, are now going to be divided by 2 when they're cooperating efficiently. And we're going to find again Nick's reaction function and just plug in what we know for ER. So we need to take the derivative of this with respect to EN, set it equal to 0. We solve for Nick's new reaction function to be 18 plus 0.5 ER equals EN. And now we can plug in 33.33 and solve this one for EN being equal to 34.665.